Hi, welcome to Rachel & Co. I'm Rachel and I'm with Jess today, who we've just had a great conversation with. So we've talked about growing authenticity in people through our careers. We've also talked about different roles in a relationship and also gender roles, so kind of toxic masculinity and that kind of direction. So if any of those take your fancy, then keep on watching. Thanks for coming.
That's okay.
So we've not known each other for too long, I don't think,
No,
because you've not long moved in
no.
to
So
the
I
office.
was a virtual member here since February or March, I want to say. And then, got the office upstairs a couple of months ago.
Yeah. I think I saw you around before. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
You came
came
to a
in.
couple of events and stuff. but
Yeah.
didn't really get to know you any more than that until you moved in.
Yeah.
So your brand is Elevate.
Elevate,
Mhm.
brand development. Yeah. So I've got a team as well. We all work virtually with each other and focus on sort of building the brand behind the business. So a lot of people focus on the practical side of what they're offering and all the back end stuff. But actually being yourself and the way you talk to people, even when it's through text, like written through social media, website, things like that, the whole messaging needs to be so like portraying the brand. And I'm very like authentically led. So it's just trying to, build brands for people with things that they don't necessarily think about.
Yeah.
And when you talk about brand, people think it's just logos and colours and stuff as well, but there's so much more.
So much more.
So much more.
Yeah.
So it's, trying to educate people on that. And then they realise, I have none of that. I need to sort my life out, basically.
And like you said, that's when the authenticity comes in. I guess
Absolutely.
you can see a lot of people that are like, oh, what are other people doing and what can I do that is successful for other people, but that's not necessarily going to
No.
work for them. So I think that's really good that you tie in that authenticity to
Yeah. And I really believe in like attracting your right audience as well. So if you're trying to be like someone that you've seen online or in your local area and you think, oh God, they're doing that, I must do that too. That's not the case. Like you need to do it your way and you'll attract the right people that want you. And even if you're doing the same as someone else, as long as you're doing it in your way, you'll attract the right people. Other people will go to them, but that's fine because that's their people. And it's because if you get the wrong people, they turn into a nightmare. I speak from experience. And it's like you just want to get rid of them anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Everyone's attracted to different people and will work with different people, and
yeah, absolutely.
that's part of what makes humans so interesting, is that we're all different and diverse, and
Absolutely.
not everyone meshes together, and that's okay.
No. And I fully believe in like building connections and like I love collaboration. Like doing podcasts together now is like, it's collaboration, isn't it? And it's just my platform's going to now see you, your platform's going to see me. And it's just always supporting each other and collaborating. And
Absolutely.
that's what I'm all about.
Yeah, absolutely. So what got you into this line of work, especially like the authenticity part?
Do you know, I have no clear answer for that. You might be able to help me with the psychological side, I guess. But I originally, I say once a dancer, always a dancer. My whole life I've danced. I was born into it. My mum is a dance teacher. She's had her school for 35 years, which is literally how old I am. So I was born literally into it. And I went through my whole life just being the dancer. That was all I was interested in. I was terrible at school. Not terrible, but I wasn't interested in anything at school because all I wanted to do was dance.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, you don't need maths, you don't need science, you don't need any of this to be a dancer. So I just put me on a stage. And I was the creative, loud, sort of bubbly one. And which the teachers don't like, do they? They don't like you to have, well, back in our day, I think maybe it's a bit better now, but they try and silence you a bit, don't they? And dampen you. I do definitely think people tried dampening me. But when I was at dance, I was allowed to be myself, and it was my mum, and it was just so normal. That was where I belonged. And went off when I was 16, went to Performing Arts College to be a backing dancer for Missy Elliott and Sean Paul. That was the dream. It never happened. That was the dream.
Been great though.
I know. Did a bit of performing and everything and ended up teaching for my mum. And I thought this is me, like this is where everything, because I wasn't necessarily that big, bold, confident person that would put themselves to the front and go for all these auditions and think they're like God's gift. That's not me. And you kind of have to be that person in the dance industry to actually get noticed, let alone hired for anything. And I had major anxiety around it all because I was trying to be someone I'm not. So maybe it's all that. And found my place, I thought, teaching for my mum. And I felt so, it was just such a rewarding job because you'd see sort of the shy, nervous child who wouldn't want to leave their mum come into the studio, and you'd sort of coax them in each week. They'd get better and better, and then give it, I don't know, 6 months sometimes, and they're like this big confident person on stage. And it's like just seeing the child blossom in their confidence, their everything sort of internally is lovely. But then also the talent and what you teach them on the physical side, and how they turn from, there's one particular child in my mind who we used to joke looked a bit like Bambi on ice when they tried to even walk, let alone dance. And we thought, oh, this can be a challenge. They are incredible now. And it's just seeing that like transition when you work hard enough at something and you've got the right training and stuff, just how you can develop. And that happened. But then again, anxiety, it's a common occurrence in my life. Started getting anxious and everything about going there because I didn't necessarily want to be there because I had my children at that time, and where I was teaching after school, I had to bring my daughter with me and wasn't getting that like proper family time. Yeah. And the sort of bedtime routine, she was having like a crappy meal out of the microwave or something. She was falling asleep in the car on the way home without having like bath time. I always just think, oh, parents that do bath time, like I don't get that. Yeah. And she wouldn't have even brushed her teeth because I'd put her in the car to go home, and she'd have fallen asleep, and it just didn't sit well with me, and I knew it wasn't my life, and I began getting like panic attacks thinking that I've got to go in and all that rubbish. And then COVID happened, and I think for a lot of sort of fairly new businesses, we've been going 5 years nearly, I think it's the similar story. COVID was like that turning point. And realised where I'd helped my mum build her dance school from a business perspective. So that was when social media started all coming about properly for business, helped with her website, like the proper practical business side of things, and developing the brand would change the logo and stuff like that. And I thought, oh, I really enjoy stuff like this, but I don't really know what I'm doing. I think I'm quite good at it naturally, but who knows if it's right. So in COVID, I thought, right, let's take a step back and let's just assess the situation. And did a load of online training. And actually in April 2021, came out of COVID and fell into the right place at the right time, sort of in the dance industry, dance teachers and everything in that sort of niche because of my background, emerged as a virtual assistant. Okay. And thought, okay, let's do this for other people. And everyone, I think it was just right place, right time, because everyone just jumped on it and it just blew up. I had to hire my first team member within like 3 months. Amazing. Because I thought, this is going really well. I can't just like say, oh no, sorry, I'm full, and just do it all myself. Because I know that I'm that leader type person, and I knew that I could grow it. And just fell into it like that. And then it's just evolved into what I'm more passionate about on the brand perspective, I suppose. Yeah. And I don't do sort of the doing necessarily anymore. It's all the strategy, the mentoring, the brand building, and sort of the brain side of things, like strategic stuff. So yeah.
But all of that sounds like, I mean, what you were doing at the beginning, like helping your mum with like the dancing when you were teaching, like that sounds very similar to what you do now. It's a different thing that you're doing, or you're teaching, but
and I get the same rewards. So like I was saying, how fulfilling it was when I saw the children blossom. I get that same like, ooh, like proud mum moment for my clients when they've done something and it's been really successful, or just the sort of development of what they've done through working together, and I'm just like, oh, you did it, well done. Like it is that same like nurture. I'm a very nurturing person, and I love that.
Yeah. No, and I think I can relate to that with like my client work. Like you start somewhere and then you end up somewhere else, and it's like, so proud of you.
Yeah, and it gives you that purpose, knowing that you've helped them. Like I'm a very, like I said, a nurturing person, but I love to give. I love to help. Like I love to have made a difference to someone.
Mm-hmm.
So it is that like satisfaction of, oh,
Yeah.
I've made a difference to someone.
Yeah, that purpose. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, it just sounds like it's been a very natural journey for
Yeah,
you.
I think the part that wasn't natural was leaving my mum's school. That was like the hardest, probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Because I'm very much go with the flow, see where fate takes you kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas this was a decision I had to put an end to something that was so close. It was all I'd known for, I'd have been 29. For 29 years, that was all I'd known was this connection with my mum and dancing together. And the plan, it was like an unwritten plan that everyone had in their head, was that Jess was going to run the dance school when Wendy had had enough.
Mm-hmm.
Or she had handed the ropes down, and that's not the right term, but you know what I mean.
I know.
And and I just, but then now on the other side of it, I see I would never have been satisfied with that anyway.
Yeah.
Because of the type of person I am. I don't want to be handed something.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as my mum, the type of person she is, probably throughout her whole life, built this school thinking, I am going to build this beautiful thing for my daughter and give it to her to have the best life. But I've basically just thrown it back in her face. But obviously not intentionally. No. But even if I'd have been handed this beautiful business and this dance school, I wouldn't have had that satisfaction if I did that.
Yeah. But again, that goes down to authenticity. Like you could have.
Yeah.
You could have gone down that path where you would have inherited this great business, but also that wouldn't be you authentically. And sometimes making those really authentic decisions can be so hard.
Yeah, it was so hard.
A big, massive risk.
And thinking of the people I was letting down, I think that was it. It was thinking I'm letting my mum down, which I would do anything for my mum. Like she is my go-to, like number one. Like I get so defensive if anyone like parents are getting aggy with her, I'm like, hell no. But like to be the one that's going to let her down, just like heartbreaking. And then all the children that adored me so much, I just think, oh God, how do I? And then the parents, because they know how much their children adore me. It was like I'm letting down all these people, which goes against everything. Like I just said, I want to help people and make people happy.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But I think you've got to live your life for yourself. You've got to choose your life for yourself. And something like career, where you live, career, that sort of stuff, like that's got to be your choice.
Yeah.
Like obviously you've got people in your life, like your family, your mum, that you would do anything for. But that doesn't mean that you have to live your life just for them.
Yeah.
And make yourself unhappy in the process if that's not.
Yeah. Because it was heading that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it was
it's
definitely
good that you
heading
left before it got.
And I know I made a right decision, and thankfully now my mum can see on the other side of it was the right decision, as hard as it was for her at the time.
Yeah,
I know that, and we're as close as anything, and now I still do a ton of work for her and the business and that anyway. So it's not like we've lost complete touch. My daughter dances with her, and we've still.
That's really.
It's come back around, thank God, because you never know when you make such a huge decision. You think, how is this going to pan out? And
yeah, but then hopefully that's when your relationship comes together. And although in that moment it might be quite hard, or because of their own expectations and what they wanted is different to yours.
Yeah.
And you make that apparent. But hopefully the support that you have and the relationship that you have just softens that over time, that they can see.
We definitely understand, like our relationships changed. Like it's still the same and it's still solid in the same way that it was. But we've added like elements to it now, like Lego blocks or something. And it's gone off in different angles. And like last year we went to a big business event together, and just different things we're doing, because she, with her dance school, it's been very heart-led. It's not, she's never gone in it with a practical business head, whereas that's what I had.
Yeah.
So I sort of injected that in. And then she's sort of been like, yeah, I know I need to be a bit more like that. So then going on this business thing together, we have like one-to-ones together, and I mean, she's grown so much in her mind as like in her perspective of what it is she's built for 35 years.
Yeah.
Like it's not just this lovely place for the children. It is a successful business that's been running for 35 years. So it's just, she doesn't give herself enough credit. She's so hard on herself.
Yeah. It's hard to see sometimes when you can see like, look at what you've achieved. And then it's like, yeah, but there's always this and da da da. But it's
Yeah.
also because you can see that in other people. It's probably a lot that you're not seeing for yourself too.
Oh yeah, I get that from her 100%. I did like a vision board thing this morning, and it was on there like, stop being so hard on yourself. My I can't talk. My expectation of myself is so much higher than it should be. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, and people don't put pressure on me generally. My family, my partner, no one's like, Jess, you should be doing this or anything. It all comes from me,
Mm-hmm.
and I drive myself around the bend.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But I think it's an entrepreneurial thing, isn't it? I think
Yeah.
anyone that's got their own business and heading sort of, they've got this ambition, I think they are hard on themselves, because if you're not, you're just going to flop anyway, aren't you? I think you've got to have
Yeah.
some bit
It's
of...
It's that drive, isn't it? That drive to create something out of nothing. I think you've really got to. It's not easy. You've really got to
No.
push yourself to do that. So that's probably why we're so hard on ourselves. But it's still practicing gratitude for what we've done and celebrate what we've achieved, because we have. So I am getting better at that myself, but
Yeah.
it's definitely.
How long have you been doing it all?
I qualified in 2022. So
Right.
this is my third year. So into
Wow.
my fourth. But I've been seeing clients for a year longer. Because I had a year of just over a year of placement before I qualified. So,
Yeah. So do you go into, because obviously what you do is very heart-led, you have to be the right kind of person. So do you go into it with passion first and then think, oh, I must think business? Or
Yeah.
did you go into it going, I'm good at this, I'm going to make a business from it?
No.
No.
You don't learn about any of the business stuff
No.
in like when you are doing your training. So all of that was like after. I just went into it because I think I've mentioned it with like a previous podcast, but I grew up in the church and saw my dad help a lot of people because he's a vicar. And I was just generally felt led to work with people and help people in whatever
Yeah.
way that they were. And I searched for a long time of like what that career could be. Because I've done like hospitality and retail before, and that almost felt like it doesn't matter if I go to work like tomorrow or today, because like, so what if someone doesn't get this, or
Yeah.
if I don't serve
There's
them,
not
then-
purpose there
Yeah.
that's going to change someone's life.
yeah, I felt no meaning in that. So I was really trying to find that purpose, and then I came across therapy, and it was like, oh yeah, that's it. I think I always kind of, actually I don't know, at the very, very beginning, I don't know if I thought about starting my own business. I know I did like during the course, but I think I just presumed that I would work for
I
someone.
think we're kind of pushed into just, it's like, oh, what job are you going to do when you're older? What are you going to do when you're older?
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing, like, the kids go, oh, I want to be a shopkeeper or a fireman, or it's a job, isn't it? Like, as opposed to a
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of rebellious almost, that you're not following the norm. It's like, I don't want to be told what to do by someone else, actually. I've got
No.
my own mind and I know what I want to do and I'm going to frigging do it.
Yeah. To be fair, I think I get that from my dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's very much like he will. He's got his own mind, and he isn't always conventional in the sense of like following rules blindly. Like he will question things and point stuff out and challenge and whatever, and that's definitely me.
Yeah.
So I think I get a lot from him.
Yeah.
So
My family's got a long line of business owners themselves. I think it's just in my blood. I don't think I'd be able to do anything for other people. I mean, I have, obviously. Like when I was younger, I worked behind a bar, I worked in clubs, like
it's good
hospitality
experience.
type stuff. But that is where I always ended up going up into like managerial roles, because I naturally had that, oh, okay, right, this is what we do, this is how we do it, and I'm going to help you. Comes back to that helping,
Yeah.
doesn't it? I'm going to help you be the best that you can be at this. And I don't know, it's that leadership kind of authority thing. I hate the word authority because it sounds bossy, but I am bossy. So My whole family
No.
will agree. I'm very
I
bossy.
think it's just like I think being able to see patterns and see like better ways of doing things, and you're not like, you know, your own mind and you're confident in your own opinion. I think that's all that is.
Yeah.
I think you can definitely be authoritative, but also have no idea of what you're doing and actually have no confidence, but then you kind of fake it. And that's when you're a bit more of a
Yeah. And one thing I've
toxic
learned
manager.
with Elevate as well is that when you don't know, like, you know what you need to do next or what needs to happen in the business, but you're no good at that, rather than going, oh, I need to learn how to do it, that's when you actually just get someone in that knows. Because it's okay that you don't know everything as the boss.
Yeah.
And that's why you have people that work with you or work for you. I prefer to work with my team as opposed to they work for me. And we're an equal part.
Collaborate.
And I couldn't be without them because they've got all these qualities that I don't have and expertise and knowledge. Just because I own the business doesn't mean that I have to know everything and do everything and be the best at everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's been really hard for me because I think that's what I always thought I had to do. But yeah, it's been a natural transition over a few years, but I couldn't do it without the team. They're
No.
just so amazing.
And there's so much power in saying that you don't know something. And then it's saying, I don't know, but I would like to learn. Or I don't need to know this, so I'm going to let you do that for me. So
Yeah.
it's great.
That's the way to grow, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how about so we've talked a lot about business. How about
that went on
personal?
longer than I expected.
There's a lot in that though. But how about personal? Like what's your story in your
My personal life.
if you want to share?
So I have 2 beautiful children. Most of the time they're beautiful and lovely. Have their moments. They're both redheads, so they're super feisty and they know their own mind. They are going to be business owners.
Yeah.
They get that feisty redhead from my mum. And then my partner's mum is a redhead as well. Not so much on the feisty side. Oh, I don't know. She's a bit sassy, I'd say. She's sassy redhead. My mum's feisty redhead.
Yeah.
And then somehow it skipped a generation on both sides and went to our children. And they're funny. They're funny. But my partner, we have we've been together nearly 15 years. And we have been engaged for nearly 10 years.
Okay.
And we have just decided next year we are going to get married.
Good.
And we've booked it. And it's all like, we're building a guest list, which is the part that puts me right off. Because it's so political. And that's why I've put it off for so long. He's like that traditional gentleman that wants to do it all sort of how it's meant to be done. Like, he wants to get married. And I'm like, but it's just a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a bit more savage, I suppose. Like, he's the soft, lovely one, and I'm the hard one with a heart of stone.
No.
I take some softening. But
balance each other out.
yeah, that is the perfect way to describe us, 100%. And it's been so apparent in the last year. It's been a funny old year, actually, for me and him, in that I'm very good, I've realised, at pushing people away. And I think I've resisted on the whole marriage thing because I don't necessarily see the point, because people get divorced all the time. It's not got that sacred meaning that it once did. People are like, oh yeah, I'll get married, and then they get divorced, and then they find someone else and, oh, I'll get married to you. And it's like, I don't want to be that person. Like, my mum and dad have been together since my mum was 14 years old. My dad was 17.
Okay.
Something like that. But I think my mum got married when she was 18. I think she got married, and then had me 21. So they've been like, the example that they have set to me is that's the way it is. And you always think your parents are right, don't you? And so I'm like, right, well, that's what's got to happen for me. And I did actually get with Charlie when I was 20, just before my 21st birthday. And yeah, I think I've learned a lot about myself, weirdly, in this last year. And I'm not really sure where it's come from. But I feel like 14 years we've had a lovely relationship and we have fun. And I mean, a lot of our relationship has just been built off of fun, probably. We were friends for 2 years first. Then we had a spontaneous night and realised we should have been doing this the whole time. And we just built on that, had children. It's all been great fun. Like, because we were friends first, I think we were like so perfectly matched. And he is very analytically thinking, like practical, and he's got a wild side, but he's, when it comes to like home life, and he's very sensible. I'm very, woohoo, let's just spend money on anything. And like he reins me in.
Yeah.
But then I also get him out of his box a little bit because he can be quite introverted, and he doesn't mind going to the pub or something, but he'll keep himself to himself. He'll sort of be casually saying hello to people, whereas I'm like the one that's a bit more free, I suppose.
Yeah.
So we have this brilliant balance. But yeah, this year he's really shown how much I needed him. I think where I've been grown up, and this is something that I'm major passionate about, is I've been brought up similar to anyone in like my sort of generation. I'm not, are you a bit younger than me? How old are you?
32.
Oh, so only a few years younger.
Yeah.
So you might have been brought up similar, and I think a lot of people in our sort of generation have been brought up, and I think they still are to a certain extent, where the girls are being brought up to be these strong, independent women, and we don't need no man and all this stuff. But the men are being brought up to be gentlemen and like providers and stuff like this. And I just think through 14 years, we've started out as these two individual people. So I've been this strong, independent woman. I moved out when I was 16 years old. I've had to learn how to pay bills and be independent and support myself and look after myself. And he moved out quite early as well, but he's the man. So he's sort of been brought up to make sure he's taking care of the bills and the sensible side and the provider and what's expected of him as a traditional man. And then we've come together and it's like, okay, yeah, that's great. We're having fun. But then it's like, he wants to take care of me and look after me. And I'm like, I don't need looking after. I'm my own person. But then he takes that as, oh, I'm not needed. What's the point of me being here?
What's his role?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that became really apparent as when we had children as well. Because, and I know men go through it a lot, where they feel like they've been pushed out almost because the children depend on their mum. I breastfed both of my children. I think that does actually make it worse. As much as I fully believe in breastfeeding, I loved breastfeeding, but I do believe it makes the bond really close and distances the father a little bit more. And I think that hit him as well. So it's like, well, she doesn't need me because she's a strong, independent woman. My kids don't need me because they just want her boobs. And it's like, well, where do I actually come? So he threw himself into work. And then when he came home, and great, like respect him so much. He's got this incredible like drive and work ethic. But it was because that's what he saw his role as: work, provide the money. Work, provide the money. And when he's at home, he was asleep because he was frigging knackered. But then I'm like, right, you're at home and now you're asleep, so you don't want to spend time with us. So it's just me and the children.
Yeah.
And I think we took probably a good couple of years to realise that this logistic actually is not working. Like we need, and I really think when I see so many people that they get married, they do it the right way around. They get married, then they have children, then they get divorced, because I think the same thing goes on there. But thankfully, we didn't get married early because of me being a freak. And I was like, no. But we managed to somehow work through that and come out the other side of it and realise that actually the reason he is this walking zombie that just works and does, like, he was a machine. I used to say this was robot Charlie.
Yeah.
He wasn't my Charlie that we used to we fell in love and we used to have all this fun. He was robot Charlie. He was doing his purpose. He wasn't living life, he was existing.
Yeah.
And he realised as well that actually you like to think you're this independent woman, but just let me take care of you. And the kids, obviously, as they got older, they're not breastfeeding and it become more reliant on him, so that helps. And then, like I say, this year, we're in our 15th year almost, and it's like, only now have I realised that actually I can tell him things that I've never told people, and I can let him take care of me in these weird ways. And it's just, it's a really interesting dynamic, I think.
I think there's probably a lot that goes into that. Like, I know I've, like, some people that I follow on, like, socials and stuff, they're really driven, independent women, but with their husbands, like they fall into that submissive traditional role, like that they will let their husbands provide for them and they will soften up for them, but then they are very, very independent and driven outside of the home. So they're not forgetting who they are, but it's like they soften for
Yeah.
their partner.
And I think that's what I've had to learn.
Yeah.
In rather than being this same sort of brick wall person. And I think, I don't know, it sounds so stupid because people say, oh, they're so scared of falling in love and letting their wall down and all that. And I've always gone, what load of rubbish, like, don't be a
It's
loser.
hard.
But actually, I think that's been my problem. I think I have had this wall. And even now, like, we still have conversations that we've never had 15 years into the relationship and learning things about each other.
Yeah.
And now I think this is the right time now to get married because I know it's never going to go anywhere. Whereas before I thought, but what if I tell him all this and we get this connection, I actually rely on him and then he dies. And I'm like, well, what do I do now? And I still have those thoughts. And it's really bad because you shouldn't think that way. But then I think practically and realistically, like he likes alcohol. He used to smoke. He doesn't necessarily take care of himself as well as I do. He's older than me. He's a male. They generally die before us. And I think, well, I've got to keep a little bit of my like strength there to support myself when I am on my own.
But also it's part of, again, with some of these things that I've seen of other people, the way that they've kind of positioned themselves is that they know, like the husband will make sure that you're okay, even after.
I know what you mean, yeah. And do you know what he says to me? He goes, even if I did die tomorrow, you'll be a millionaire because of the payout you'll get. And I'm like, really? Like, I'd much rather have you than the money, but thanks for thinking of me. So
yeah.
But
it's also like not allowing yourself to open up and to be vulnerable and to really go there and to really love someone and let someone really love you just because you're scared of it going away.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're missing out on what could have been an amazing life. Yeah. Even more amazing than it is now. It sounds like you've got a great relationship. But
yeah, we really do. And I think that there is still stuff to work on.
Yeah. I think there always is.
And I still have softening to do. And like he'll, like I said at the beginning, like he's the squishy, soft, nice one. And I'm the hard one. And he was like, say this, like, I mean, he's had our weddings dance song picked out for years and he plays it to me, but it makes me go, because I'm like this, all right. But deep down, I'm like, yeah, it is sweet. But I don't know, I just don't go there. But
I think quite often when we cringe about something, it's because that's hitting like a vulnerable part of you. It's like, oh, I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
But then I can't understand where that's come from. It's because it has to come from somewhere, right? I've got to have had some sort of trauma somewhere to make that part of me feel vulnerable.
Potentially.
But I can't figure
it's just
it
like,
out.
it's just a general being fearful of people, of how people manage you or like kind of take you, I guess. So like it can be through, you can see it through like direct past relationships, but also like it can be upbringing, it could be parents, but it could also be friends or teachers or whatever. Like if you've been bullied or like if people haven't really cared about your feelings, it feels like, then you can kind of see people as a bit scary. So therefore I have to look after myself and I don't want anyone to make fun of or use or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the feelings that
maybe it's
I
the feelings thing. I don't think I've ever necessarily been very open in my feelings, even as a child, because I've always been, like I said earlier, the happy, bubbly one. I've always been the one that likes to make people laugh.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe it's because I don't tune into my own feelings. I care about other people's feelings, and I don't know.
If you felt like you've had to manage other people's feelings, then you've kind of forgotten your own, and it's all about other people. So then when it comes to you, it's like, this isn't my role.
Yeah.
My role is to look after you, not you look after me.
Yeah.
So maybe
I bet it's
also
that.
part of that.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I've just always sort of floated through and been fine. And if there's a sad time, I'm just like, yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll get over it.
Yeah, but
And don't allow myself
okay.
to go deep.
Yeah, but it's okay to not be okay.
Yes.
Sometimes, and it's good for you to feel how you currently feel. Just giving yourself time.
Yeah, definitely. It's okay not to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
I even say that to people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always here.
Yeah, you got to do that for yourself too, though.
I do.
And then also when it comes to being vulnerable with other people, I think sometimes we see vulnerability as weakness, but it's not. If people use that, then that's not great on them, and that shows their character. But it definitely doesn't take anything away from you of being vulnerable.
Yeah.
It means that you're a human being and you've got feelings. And
I love vulnerable people.
Mm-hmm.
I love getting down deep and knowing deep inside someone, and just
it gives you context on a person.
Yeah, don't do it myself, but I like knowing it about other people, because I think that's when it comes down to that authenticity and the building connections. Like, you get to know them on a deep level. And I hate small talk. I was having this conversation with my mum yesterday, because we did the sports school pickup together. And I was like, we got there 10 minutes before the doors open for school. So I was like, I'm just going to sit in the car so that I don't have to like make eye contact and talk to people, because it's crappy conversation I don't care about. Like, hi, how's your day? Yeah, fine. How's yours? Yeah, fine. Like,
it's just a script, isn't
yeah,
it?
I hate it. It's like, I would rather go up to Guy and go, so where were you born? Tell me about your childhood.
Straight in.
Yeah. But then everyone would be like, whoa, she's intense.
That's why I do what I do.
I don't care how someone's day has been. Like, as long as you're not like about to jump off a building or something, like, it's just an average day.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I want to know like about you, actually. Because even if someone's not fine, they don't go, oh, I'm so depressed today. I've had because again, you go, whoa, like, if you can't drop that. Like, you can't drop real feelings, I guess, into small talk, because people think you're weird. Or
some people do.
Yeah.
I feel like
whereas I would love that.
Yeah, because I feel like whenever I also hate small talk. I can do it, but I don't like it.
I avoid it at all costs.
But if I ask someone how they are, 9 times out of 10, sometimes I'm in a rush and I don't really want a longer answer. But 9 times out of 10, like, I'm asking because I want to know. Like, I feel like I'm very intentional with like the questions that I ask people. And everything.
I reckon that's because of your profession.
Yeah, but I also think I'm also a therapist because I'm also that way.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So if like I ask, how are you? It's because I want to know.
You want a real answer. And
I can tell if someone's not, but I can also read when someone is saying, yeah, I'm good, but they don't want to talk about it, and then I don't push.
Yeah.
But I do clock it.
Yeah.
But if I feel close enough to that person, I'm like, you sure?
Yeah.
And it might take a couple, and then they might end up telling me. But
yeah, I'm definitely with like that with family and people that are close, but school drop off, no chance. I don't care.
Yeah, well, it depends on the person. Like, not everyone is in your circle, and that's okay. No. But I'm definitely with you on that. I wish that we could have more
proper conversations.
Yeah, but I also think the majority of people also have that thought of, I'm so bored of this small talk. Some people like small talk, and that's fine. But the majority of people are like, I just wish that I could be honest about how I'm feeling. Or they think that they're going to be judged if they are to say, I'm not okay. But I think actually, most people...
I think the world would be such a better place if people did.
Yeah.
Because if, like, say I was on school run and someone went, or I saw someone crying, or someone was, like, clearly not okay, I would be that person to say, are you okay? Do you want to, like, go for a coffee? And I don't know you from Adam, but if you need a person, I am a human being that can support you.
Yeah.
And I think everyone should be like that, just because the world would be such a better place.
Yeah, that is the ideal. But hurt people, and that's why we have not very nice people in the world. And also sometimes, like, someone's going through something and they can't see past their own stuff, then it makes it hard for them to see other people and what they're struggling with. So there's lots of reasons of why.
Yeah.
Some people aren't always the nicest.
And busy. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm guilty of
Distracted.
that, is I don't have time for other people's problems
Yeah.
unless they're people I deeply care about or someone that has no one else.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I've got my own life and stuff to get on with. So I
Mm-hmm.
sound really nasty, don't I?
No, but it's like you can't help everyone.
No.
And also, people also needs to reach out to people. Like, it's not just I have to look at someone and then figure out whether they're okay or not. Like, they also need to kind of reach out and say, I'm really struggling at the moment.
I know from experience, especially if you're like in depression and stuff,
It's hard.
that's the last thing you do.
Yeah.
Someone that reaches out for help is, I want to say, not necessarily fully in depression. Someone that is fully depressed will not tell a soul.
Yeah. Well, depression is different than just like an average
Sadness.
struggle. That's like a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
And how to get out of depression can be such a difficult and traumatizing thing. But yeah, I agree. It's a lot different with that, and that's when like your friends or your family or people that you're close to,
They have to read the signals.
that's when they notice.
Yeah, you have to try and...
Yeah.
Because I'm so good at faking. Like, nobody has a clue, really, what's going on in my head.
Oh yeah, same.
And I just think, which sounds, I'm waffling on about authenticity. I'm like, I'm so good at being fake. But like, just putting on that happy, bubbly jest that I've always... The performance.
But again, it's managing other people's emotions, because if you being in your own feelings means that it's going to bring the energy down in a room, or it's going to make someone be concerned about you, so therefore won't make them happy, then that's you managing their feelings.
Oh yeah, that's me 100%. Yeah, I would never want to... Like, I feel guilty sometimes for when I tell my mum, or I cry on the phone to my mum about whatever. I'm like, I've just ruined her day now, because she's just going to be worried about me all day.
No, but that's also what the relationship is. It's not all light and positivity all the time. Like, it's also the...
That's why you have other people,
times.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's important. And I think that's when you can grow together the most, is when you can support each other. And also, if normally it's one way that you're always the one that's helping someone else, if they get a chance to help you, then that can feel really good for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if it's hard for you.
Yeah. Just too self-centered, basically.
No, independent is what you are.
Ugh, it's that word again.
Yeah.
I need to not be so.
Yeah. It's just letting some of it go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't mean that you're not independent. And it doesn't mean that you can't do everything.
Yeah, it's a difference, isn't it? It's can still be independent, but not self-reliant. Is that maybe the right word?
Yeah.
Like, I don't...
But it comes back to what we said at the beginning about, like, with jobs and your role, and I don't have to do everything. I can outsource it and ask for help. It's the exact same with feelings and going through stuff.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Not knowing, it's knowing that you don't have to manage everything on your own. You can share it.
Yeah. And again, that's comes back to my partner. How has it taken me 14 years to do this within my relationship? It's insane, isn't it?
There is no set time on any of this stuff. It's just whenever feels right for you. Yeah.
Because he's always been just amazing. He's never made me not feel that I can't do that. It's just the way I am. But it's taken me 14 years to actually listen. Bless him.
But sometimes there needs to be movement within yourself, I think, to get there. It's not about them proving themselves or whatever.
Yeah.
It's about you being able to let go of things for yourself. Getting out of your own way to be able to really see what's in front of you.
Yeah. I've always been around men that are very soft and gentle, and women are, again, the way I was saying, I've been brought up to be the strong, independent woman. I think it's gone so far now that men traditionally want to be there for women, but women are like, I don't need you. And women's empowerment and equality, and I think it's gone so far that men are just struggling now because they don't know where their purpose is at all.
Yeah.
And like, my dad is soft and gentle. He's a caring person. There's none of that. There's all this I don't even know the word. It was all in EastEnders recently, like this men's, what is it? I don't know. Men being all, men are amazing, women are, I don't know. There's a word for it.
I don't know.
Should we Google it?
Like toxic masculinity or something.
Yes. Yeah. All of that that's sort of come to light recently, more so. And I'm like, but how? And I'm sure it exists. I just haven't come across men like this in my life. And I just feel like that's a certain group of men.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And we want to make sure, because the thing on EastEnders was about kids watching men on YouTube that are like that.
Okay,
And they're sort of in their teenage years thinking, oh, that's how you treat women.
Yeah.
You're just birth givers and all this. And whereas my view on men is so the opposite because of how I've been brought up with my dad, my granddad, like all the men in my life have always, and my partner, have always been such wonderful human beings and like soft, lovely men that I'm like, why are we stomping all over these lovely men that exist, categorizing them all into this toxic masculinity thing?
Yeah.
And women thinking that they can walk around and but women still expect men to hold doors open for them and pull the chairs out. And I'm just like, equality is surely, I mean, I hold doors open for men. Why would I not?
Yeah.
I'm not going to just shut it in someone's face, am I? Like, I'm a decent human. But like, why are we expecting all of this to be done for women? And women are the best and women this and women that, which we are. But men are equally amazing too. And I think where men are getting left behind now, that's why like male suicide rates are like huge, and mental health and depression and all of this for men. And I just feel like I feel really passionately about being a voice for people that aren't heard. So animals, we have to be a voice for because they don't have a voice. Children, because they don't have a voice. And now I'm starting to feel like men, not all of them, but certain men fall into that category where they don't have a voice because women are the ones with the voice. And it worries me because I've got a son. I've got a 6-year-old son, and I'm just like, what's he going to grow up to feel?
Yeah.
Is he going to feel not worthy and end up depressed? Like, I don't want that for my boy. And I just think there needs to be, I don't know, some sort of awareness around these vulnerable men that have been brought up to be lovely providers that want to fulfill their role, that they have been brought up thinking that that is their role. And we're just stomping all over it.
Yeah.
Me included. I mean, it comes back to the whole thing I said about our relationship, doesn't it? But yeah.
Yeah. I think, again, it's not seeing the diversity of people. And it's just, I think there's too much stereotyping in just like general social media. Don't even know culture. I think it is just online, really, is where you have these very strong stereotypes of men, women, or types of men and women. And
I think it's creeping into schools now as well, though. I can imagine senior schools particularly.
Yeah.
Because they've been grown up in social media, aren't they? And it's
because
they're putting these labels on everything, and it's...
Exactly. So I think there's way too many labels, and I think it's not allowing people to just be their unique selves. And I see more and more guys being scared of their anger because of like the toxic masculinity stuff. So like you said, because that is so demonized, and it's men are called all of these different things like predators. Like, yes, of course we have males that are like that, and it's horrible, and yes, we don't want those.
Women could be dickheads too.
Yeah, exactly. But because of all of that, it means that there's a lot of like those softer guys that then like
get labelled in that category or
are scared to be that kind of guy. They want to be a safe space for a woman, obviously. But it means that they end up being scared of their own feelings. Like if they get angry, which is an absolutely normal human emotion to feel, they don't know how to express that without
being put into that category.
Without being seen as that toxic guy. So then they really struggle, and that becomes really suppressed, and then that comes out in some horrible self-destructive ways. So yeah, there's a lot of work that needs doing. I also think like in the dating scene even, I think I'm seeing a lot of men and women aren't like meshing in the way that they should be, because you've got either weird guys on, I mean, you've always got weird guys on like apps and stuff, but you've got like very decent guys that can't find a woman that will accept them.
Because they want like a bad boy.
Maybe. Who knows what they're looking for? They just want someone to like pay for them and like,
Really?
and, like, rather than like really getting to know them and spend time with them, whatever. But also opposite way around. Just trying to find like a decent guy that will just have a normal conversation with you, that just doesn't want to do anything that you don't want to do straight away. Like it's hard. It's hard to find that guy. So just trying to find authentic people to come together and just be real with is really hard. But I think that's because of all of this stuff.
Yeah.
There's so much trauma.
It's
so
such
much
a different
baggage,
world. I've not been in that world for 15 years. It's like
It's good.
when I
Why
was,
not?
but do you know what really, you hear all this like swipe left, swipe right and jokes about like dating apps and stuff. And I'm like, I feel left out in a way, because it's
You're
like,
not.
I don't understand what you're talking about, because dating apps didn't exist when I was single. Like it's been that long that I'm like, oh, okay. Like, and apparently I learned the other day that if you've got a dating app on your phone, because it tracks your location or whatever, if you walk past someone or you're sort of within a radius of someone, those apps will start showing each other so that you know that you live local or something. And I'm like,
Yeah, it tells you
it's
how
so
far
cool.
away they live from you.
Oh, that's a bit creepy.
Like roughly, it doesn't say exactly where. It's just like 2 miles away or 10 miles or whatever.
Yeah.
So
See, I just want to know. I don't want to be on them, obviously, but I just want to sort of understand. Just so that it's like jokes that are made on TV, and I'm like,
I
sure.
don't know what that is.
I don't know what you're talking
But
about.
just trust that is a good thing that you don't know.
Okay.
It's all so
Confusing
weird.
world.
But hopefully everything will balance out at some point, and we'll
It has
get
to.
out of this
Well,
weird
something will
thing.
balance out, and then something else will crop up.
Yeah.
It's never going
That's
to be
life,
amazing,
isn't
is
it?
it? With
So-
one go.
Thank you for coming. It's been great having you. It's a great conversation.
It
so
has
thank
been.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching this episode. It was such a great conversation. So I hope you enjoyed. If you would like to give Jess a follow, then her information will be down below. Like, subscribe, all of those different things. And yeah, hope to see you next time. Bye.